So are you still recording or did you turn it off?
100%. This is all quality content. Hi everybody, welcome back to Daily Gaming. My name is Logan, and here with me I have two special guests from another YouTube channel called Pixel Puppers, Toffee and Bean. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, we're doing great. How are you doing?
Yeah, look, not too bad, thanks for asking. Now, this is a bit weird on my side because it's actually a video idea that you guys had of something called Quickscope Questions, is that right?
We're interviewing people in the retro community and thought you'd be an excellent candidate.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I am actually a very, very big retro game fan. I've been trying to sneak them into my channel slowly but surely. So, yeah, I jumped at the opportunity. I thought this would be a great idea to talk some retro games.
I think we've gone full deep dive when it comes to the retro stuff.
Yeah, no, I had a quick browse of the questions. I haven't written any answers down. I am going to do them on the fly. But yeah, when I was reading through,
we are too.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, this will be good. This will be very interesting. So the idea behind this as well, obviously, is it is just a quick round. It's 10 questions. I'm going to answer them from them. And then we're going to do a part 2. If you want to check that out on their channel after this video, I'll have a link in the description, which will be on their channel of me asking them questions that I've written as well. So without further ado, do you guys want to kick it off? Do you want to hit me with the first question?
Sure.
Let's get it.
Oh, I'm excited.
All right, so the first question is, what is your favorite retro game?
Oh, I was dreading answering this, and the fact that it's the first one kind of like really sets it up, because that's like asking someone like what their favorite song is. Like, it's super hard to answer. I would have to say it has to be something on the Nintendo 64 for sure. I did play... Actually, no, I lie. It's a Master System game. It's Mickey in the Land of Illusion. That was one of the first games I ever played and beat as a kid at like 6 or 7 years old. So that, hands down, is my favorite retro game for that. I can sit and play through it anytime and smash it out in like 30 minutes. So yeah, that is absolutely my favorite retro game.
I haven't played that. We should.
We should. We'll get to it. Question number 2. How would you say you started gaming? Got into the gaming scene on YouTube? What inspired you?
That's a good question. So I was sitting at home. I was trying to beat a game as everybody does, and I actually looked up what I was supposed to do. And then I saw it, and I saw a little gameplay video of someone just showing me exactly what I needed. And I'm like, that's perfect. And it was sort of a little light bulb moment. And it's like, I could do that. Like, there's so many games I know how to beat, or, you know, I'm sure I've captured footage that have helped people out. I did a walkthrough of Castlevania not too long ago, and that's blowing up every day with, oh, how do we do this part? How do I do this? I looked up a video of someone showing me what to do, and then from there, I was like, you know what? I could do this. So I started capturing gameplay and just beating as many games as I could, and went from there. I think I've got maybe like 30 or 40, 100% completed games on my channel at the moment. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now. So, yeah.
All right. So thank you again. For question 3, we have does more processing power mean a better quality game, in your opinion?
No. Without a doubt, no. A lot of my favorite games are Nintendo games, and Nintendo are known infamously for having systems that underperform compared to other ones. Like early on, you know, during the console wars of like NES and Super Nintendo and stuff, and Genesis and Master System, it was very close. But the moment it hit like 64 and even GameCube, like GameCube didn't have as good graphics as PS2 and even some Xbox games. So I don't think so. Even some of my favorite games are on the Switch right now, and it's like the Switch doesn't look nearly as nice as a PS4 game. So no, there's no way at all, in my opinion, of course, everything is my opinion, that more processing power equals a better game.
Yeah, I'm saying like the Switch runs at like 60 FPS, right?
Some games,
and
yeah.
that's not really that good for like Legends of Zelda and like a bunch of movement games. So I would say, yeah, it has the processing. It doesn't have the processing power, but it does have the factor that it has all like the greatest games on it.
Yeah, I think it's more, if it looks nice and it plays well, that's all that matters to me. It doesn't have to be 4K, you know?
Yeah, I would always go by the saying that creativity is brewed from limitation.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's missing too in a lot of current like games. Like if you look back at all NES titles and stuff like that. Like what they had to do with like parallax scrolling was like revolutionary because they were so limited by the hardware. And now everyone's like, oh yeah, we'll just make it an Unreal Engine and we'll just, we'll throw some assets in there. And it's like, okay, yeah. But yeah, I agree with you there, hands down.
Would you say portable games are better than home consoles?
Oh, that's a dangerous question to ask someone whose channel was recently called Daily Smartphone Gaming. It depends on the experience, I think, and the sort of game you want to play. Like if I have a Pokemon game, I prefer to play that on the go. Like if I'm able to take, even again, Switch as an example, but back with Red and Blue on the Game Boy, it's like, because I could take that everywhere, I enjoyed it a lot more. But overall, I don't think it matters, to be honest. If a game is good, a game is good. Spider-Man on the PS4 was awesome. It didn't have to be portable to make it awesome. So no, I don't think they need to be portable. What do you guys think?
I don't know about you, but I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, like the new one.
Absolutely, my wife has played that non-stop.
Yeah, it's great to play on like car trips because you don't need like any internet or anything, and it's like you get to do whatever you want basically.
But don't you think that there are other games that aren't portable that are still good games? Like if they were portable, it would make them any less good?
I would say absolutely that there are each portable and console experience are completely two separate experiences, and enjoying both, or saying that one's better than the other, is saying that like ice cream's better than chocolate. They're both ice cream. I mean, vanilla's better than chocolate.
Now we're gonna leave that in. We've got to say ice cream's better than chocolate.
Would you say, or if you could bring one game into the past to change the world of gaming, what game would you bring?
So I read this and I was a little bit thrown back because I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd say Breath of the Wild just because of like the free roam mechanics and like 3D, but it's like if I brought it into the past, like they couldn't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Did you guys have an answer in mind when you had the question? Like what you guys would bring back?
Yeah, what I would bring back, probably, again, not to mimic your answer, but would probably be Breath of the Wild. I mean, it was definitely game changing.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like with Breath of the Wild too, like apart from like Ocarina of Time, like that was the first Zelda game I played. And I was like, wow, like I got super engrossed in it. Like the other ones I sort of played because they came out, but this was like it was just absolutely, I was like, wow, this is totally different. I loved it. And you could jump, but yeah. Sorry, what was the next question you had?
I was just going to ask, do you believe there's an advantage or disadvantage to PC emulation?
That's something I think is really, it's sort of a controversial topic in the retro gaming community. Like, a lot of people, they're purists and they want to, they want to play on original hardware, which I respect. Like I'm sitting right now with my TV and I've got a Dreamcast, a Super Nintendo, like a bunch of consoles in front of me. But I think emulation does have advantages. Like one, for accessibility. Like if you physically can't. But for me, because I'm in Australia and you guys are in the US, all the games I used to play growing up and stuff all run at 50 hertz. So unless I want to go out and buy an American console and then the American game and then get them shipped here, I can't actually, stream it online and play it online because without doing that. So I think emulation definitely has advantages because it does make things accessible. I'm totally for it. I think it's fantastic, and the preservation of our games is super important. There is something to, I'm not sure, have you guys used something called RetroArch before, or RetroArch?
No, not yet.
So you can freeze the game, you can press the jump button and hold it down, and then you can advance frames to see how many frames behind your input lag is. And when you put that number in after you count them, it'll make it so there's no input lag. And it's like, that is incredible. Like the fact that I could play it as if it was on the original hardware through emulation blew my mind. I thought that was ridiculously cool. But disadvantages, a lot of emulators aren't quite there yet, especially for the more powerful consoles. I don't think that like Switch emulation and stuff technically works. And even some N64 games, like being able to play Donkey Kong 64 in an emulator, I think still has glitches to this day. And that game's, like 20 years old? So it's not going to be exactly how the developer intended it.
I would definitely say one of the greatest advantages of the emulation is the fact that you can get games that aren't really on the market anymore.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Also, we've been playing a puzzle game that no one knows about. And, we gotta just, I don't know even if there's copies out there for this game.
Yeah, and I think too, as well, like the fact that when you guys are, you're recording it and stuff like that, how much easier is it to record a game when you can emulate it, as opposed to having to get a converter and plug it in and then have run it through OBS and stuff. it looks way cleaner too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just looks way nicer, and it's like, yeah, especially with pixel art games, it just comes out super crisp.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you there. The accessibility and the openness allows for us to kind of uncover some of the unknown games in the whole library of the Game Boy. Would you say that older games are harder?
So
Like games from the NES?
yeah, so I read this, and I thought you guys were putting this in as like a trick question to see if I actually am a retro gamer, but they are harder, without, like, unequivocally. They used to, back when, you know, back in my day when I was a youngin', if you couldn't buy the game, you'd go to the video store. I think you guys have Blockbuster in America, but we had Video Easy here. And they on purpose would make it so that you couldn't beat a game by renting it once. So they would make the mechanics a lot harder. They'd make sure, you know, some games don't have continues, or there'd be long games, or cheap deaths. But yeah, they would make them hard on purpose so that you couldn't beat them by renting them one time. So they are harder, without a doubt. Unless you fully know a game back to front, like, you wouldn't be able to beat a retro game in one sitting, unless you're an absolute wizard.
I think the hardness has been kind of intertwined into the community at this point.
I've got a few mates who don't play retro games, so whenever they come over, it's like, come on, I'm going to torture you for a little while. Like, try and play this game. But yeah, it is definitely, if you're a retro gamer, you enjoy a challenge.
All right, so the next question is, what is your favorite franchise?
Favorite franchise? So you're talking like, you know, like Zelda and Mario and Sonic sort of stuff, like that sort of franchise?
Yeah, or Doom, or any game out there, as long as it has more than one copy to it.
It's kind of this is purely driven by nostalgia, but I'd have to say it is the Sonic franchise, without a doubt. Like, no matter what, like, if I hear a new Sonic game comes out, I buy it straight away. A lot of the games I think are really, really bad, but I just play them because I'm addicted. I got hooked on it when I was a kid, and now it's like my crack. I can't stop having it. Sonic, hands down, is my favorite franchise. What about you guys?
My personal favorite franchise probably would have to be The Legend of Zelda. I mean, I played it through on the Wii. Just enjoyed all the puzzle time that I got with it.
Did you play what's it called, Darksiders at all?
No, I actually haven't gotten the chance to yet.
That is like, it's a really, really intense looking game. It looks really great, but all the puzzles are just like, remind me of Ocarina of Time / Twilight Princess style puzzles. They're really great.
So this might be a little bit of a redundant question, but what is your favorite character from the franchise you just picked?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, it's Sonic, without a doubt. Just something about the fact that he came out in the Toad era, like the whole idea that when he first came out he was like super edgy and stuff, and now he's like, it's a little bit cringe when you watch him in cutscenes and stuff. But I'd say Sonic for sure, without a doubt. Like, I've always had a thing for platformers, so the fact that they started off as platformers and they turned into 3D-ish games, and then Generations came out, and I was like, oh, this is a mix of both. Awesome. But yeah, Sonic, without a doubt.
Well, again, I just wanted to say thank you for letting us come on and ask you a few of these questions.
Nah, thank you. It's been a lot of fun. I enjoy being able to sit and talk retro games. Thanks, guys, for coming on. If you guys want to check out part 2 of this little thing where I get to ask them 10 questions that I thought of, be sure to check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in a bit.